everyone. Welcome again. Happy to be back. Here's a little sneak peek of everything in this pack for the month of January, all on the topic of tranquility, finding your calm and your peace. If you stay for the whole video, you'll be able to see a few ways that I use these. Enjoy! I've put in here, in this little January Comforts poster, some of the things that I've enjoyed in this month. Some wintry things, some cozy things. And this is how I like to put it up and remind myself of it. It's almost like a little gratefulness for this month. I have this beautiful old frame. And with nothing fancy, I just peg the poster onto the string. That way I can easily switch it out every month. And then I hang it up like that with a nail on my wall. And it's a beautiful reminder of some of these comforting things that make me feel loved. I so enjoy making these little teapots. And each month there's a different one, on a different topic, in a different color. I'm looking forward to having all these put together in one place. And I love to use these to keep my cards together. I put this next to my little tea area, sometimes on my secretary desk as I journal. It reminds me to just take a moment of peace, of quiet, of stillness, since that's what this month is all about. It helps me enjoy the tranquility without guilt and remind myself that I can fully savor it, fully treasure this time. Somehow, these little creative crafts always bring me a touch of joy. Also, a sense of prioritizing quiet time. This is really how I find those very best ideas. I've titled this one, Tranquility, Tea Time Treasures to Still the Soul. Quiet your body and mind to truly savor life. Because I do believe that I can't really cherish all those things without stilling my body and my mind. So just gluing the sides down. Some of them like to pop out of place. So once they're all glued down, it stays quite firm, quite nicely together. Here's a little challenge for myself. I love to have a little recipe to try out each month. This one is especially my favorite at this time of year. We celebrate this in France, King's Day, with a king's pie. So if you haven't tried making one of these, you really have to. It's delicious. Lately, there's been a lot going on in my life. I'm in the middle of preparing a move, but before the move comes decluttering, packing, renovating the old place, renovating the new place. It's all happening at once. So it's really easy to feel like I need to rush it about, and I need to do more in order to be getting things done, in order to feel good about myself. But I notice that the more things I have to do, the more things on my list, the more that's in my schedule, the more I need the time to get away, take a break, slow down, calm myself down. So I created for myself these little in-between activities, and each one is something that I love to relax into. And it's a reminder that even 2, 3, or 5 minutes is like a little breath of fresh air and does me good. It calms my mind, it calms my troubled heart, and I realize that I can get to those other things so much better when I've learned, when I've practiced taking a break. So these are my little go-to cards these days and ways to calm myself down. During this cold winter month, it's so comforting, it's so cozy to take a cup of tea. And so I've created these actually quite a while ago, but I finally put them together here in a beautiful way. And I just set out these cards as I'm first brewing my tea, letting it sit for 5 to 8 minutes in my hot water. And instead of trying to fill up those moments with something else to do, this is also taking advantage of a few quiet moments for myself, some inner workings to happen to help me be able to handle the bigger things with ease, with more grace, with more trust, and with more peace. So I love these so much, and I just reflect on a few, however long my cup of tea takes to sip and drink. And it's actually really a beautiful moment, and it's a gift that I can enjoy this season. So I keep it in the teapot, or sometimes I like to keep it in a little bag like this. Here are all my little coasters in my dining room. So I keep the little bag with my coasters. That way, whenever I take out my cup of tea and a coaster, I also get to remind myself of these cards, pick one or however many I want to enjoy and savor at the moment. I love to incorporate a little something about the senses in each of these tea time treasures because I feel that it's something that I often neglect or forget about, whereas it's really something that is good for our well-being. It helps us to notice, it helps us discover things, learn things about ourselves, and really take time to treasure those things that we take for granted sometimes, like our senses. I especially like this one because it's giving me a chance to remind myself about which of those senses brings me a sense of calm. And to me, calm always makes sense. That's why I called it serene makes sense. It gives me that sense of serene when I pay attention to my senses. So this is a fun little playful twist to it, but actually very meaningful as I dwell on and think about each of those senses and how I can cherish them in some calming and peaceful way. Something I find that is very relaxing for me and something I enjoy during the month of January is doing something creative. To me, somehow, there's nothing else that I can't do at the same time. It's really prioritizing quiet and tranquility during those days that I need just to take a break, a mind break, a body break, a soul break. And so I've created myself, put together all these little pictures, and I'm going to create a mood board about this season, a mood board about what I want to feel, how I want to feel in this season of so much needing to get done, but prioritizing, slowing down, doing those things that are good for me, even in the middle of some rushy things to get done, things that need my attention, things that need urgency, things that need help. So each of these little pictures reminds me of something calming, and I'm not going to use them all because I think in this, less is more. I'm trying to simplify, I'm trying to calm myself down, so loading up my page, my mood board with everything would not really work. It would be counterproductive. So I'm just going to cut them all out, and then I'm going to just take a moment to sit still and see which ones call out to me in the moment. I think different times in our lives, different seasons, even different days of the week, we might feel something different. But I'm going to accept whatever comes at this time that I sit down to put something on paper. And as I cut each one, I even think about how each one speaks to me. How could I relate it to what I'm going through right now? So I made a video last week about the new year and some of the highlights of the previous year and some of my goals and wishes, things I'd like to start and stop and continue, and some first steps. But my goal this month is really to cocoon into calm. Here's that journal. So I'm thinking, even just to balance it out, I'm going to make that mood page, that mood board, that reminder to come back to my wishes for this month, for creating more tranquility in my life. I'm going to put it in this book. So you can go ahead and put it in any journal you want. You can even put it on a canvas. You can put it on just a page. It doesn't matter. It's whatever works for you, whatever inspires you. Follow that inspiration. And I think it's only in getting quiet that we can follow our inspiration and follow our dreams. Know what our dreams are. Know what lights us up, what brings us peace and serenity. It's different for each one of us. I just love soft lamps, little cozy lamps all over the corners of my house. I love comfy couches with lots of blankets and pillows, a place to unwind, put up my feet, and a place to bask in love and compassion and write in all my journals. So these are the things that are speaking to me in the moment. And of course, bringing in a little touch of nature. Because when I go out and just notice those things, the birds singing, the berries still in the bushes and the branches, it's all a gift of calm for me. So I'm going to settle with that. So here I wanted to show you some other ideas. I thought I could put it in a notebook. You can even put it in a craft book like this. It can stand out beautifully on the brown paper. So I just want to show you that there's no limit to what you can create, what you can make, what your heart might call you to. And you can even add some little ripped papers. If you know me, I add these to all my journals because I like little spaces to write, little places that stand out, and where I can write those things that make me jump for joy. Another idea would just be to use a cardboard paper. So I have here 3 different colors, which also could bring lots of variety and fun. I hope this gives you a little inspiration and a few ideas of some calming activities that you can savor and embrace this month. And feel free to download this gift if you would like to use it somehow. And anyway, see you next video, and bye for now.